Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and today we're taking a look at the sequel to GoldenEye 007, The World Is Not Enough. Now, The World Is Not Enough as a game and as a movie is good, but not quite as good as the preceding installment. Like, you can already hear kind of from the music that the music's not quite as good, the menu here is not quite as good, and you'll find the gameplay is not quite as good, but it's still good in its own right. And brings to the table a lot of interesting gameplay enhancements and changes. From the get-go, you'll notice that it has a much more cinematic presentation because we have voice acting and cutscenes, which the original GoldenEye didn't have. And arguably, some elements of the narrative from the film were stronger than the narrative in GoldenEye, but it's still just not quite as good. It's not quite as good. And hello, Riley, and hello, Emperor Snake. Today is pretty alright. Just had to do a lot of random crap. We could just do agent because trying to stream and all that. Alright, so like in the first game, we have these messages from the various characters. And they'll give you some information on the mission. I gotta be honest, as a kid, I never read these. Because they don't really tell you anything that you wouldn't know already. So, already this is gonna be pretty awesome. So, if rumble packs are to be used, I had one. Got one for my birthday. I forget how old I was when I finally got one of those rumble packs. Also, Bond got 2 hot chicks this time. Okay, you can kind of screw this up if you accidentally punch somebody in the face. Because the buttons are not...
Good afternoon, sir.
Are in such a way that it's easy to kind of forget.
James Bond.
Ah, Mr. Bond, we have a safety deposit box waiting for you.
So, yeah.
Ah, Mr. Bond, we have a safety deposit
I already heard you. Alright, so now we have... Now I gotta remember which one it is. Nope, that's not it. This is not suspicious at all. Stop looking. There we go. I'm emulating this on RetroArch.
Yes, Mr. Bond. Your safety deposit box is ready for you in the privacy booth.
I think one of the reasons why this game doesn't age quite as well is really just because you've got these 3D models that can talk, and their lips don't move, and their faces are kind of crap, but...
Do you have an appointment, sir?
Okay, I do not want to risk punching this guy in the face, so I'm gonna go ahead and save. Because the buttons are reversed. There we go. This is kind of a basic way to do this. But the guy they got to voice James Bond here...
Please remove your firearm.
...is not too bad. I didn't know you could conceal carry in Spain. And, yeah, we had a very good Thanksgiving here.
No doubt Sir Robert will be pleased to see it again.
I didn't come just for the money. The report you sold King was stolen from an MI6 agent who was killed for it. I want to know who killed him.
I'm just the middleman. Take the money.
Your last chance. Give me a name.
You still threaten me, even without your weapon?
Hey, I was gonna do that. But yeah, so I don't remember what the plot for this movie is. I think like the villain wants to have some kind of like control a pipeline or something. It had something to do with like a guy that got shot in the head, but he's got superpowers. I could just punch that guy and knock him out. Instead, I'm just gonna shoot him. I mean, he deserves it. I mean, he died of natural causes. I swear he did. And yeah, this Thanksgiving was pretty good. Just had a turkey, had a lot of pie, specifically pecan pie, the greatest of all pies. Wow, this guy's super tactical. I mean, he's not, oh, he's so tactical, he's got a pistol scope. I don't know how accurate that's gonna be, and I also don't know how he's gonna hold zero, but hey, he's got a pistol scope, man. He died for that pistol scope. He died as he lived. A tactical idiot. I mean, a wonderful guy. Hey, don't just throw the gun on the ground, Bond. Come on, that thing was expensive. You could have got ammo for it, like here. What an asshole. And hello, Neji Tech Pro. Today's going alright. Just a generic day of crap. But hey, at least it's over with. Okay, I forget what the There's a specific button combination you can use to just bring that up, but I'm just going to go into the menu because I can't remember what it is. Alright, let's crack the safe. So, one of the reasons why I was so anti-modern game for a while is you consider this game from the year 2000 and how complex this is. Most modern first-person shooters don't even come close to this in terms of gameplay complexity. My god, what were you doing in here, sir? Something disgusting, no doubt. When games started to get more cinematic, they really simplified the gameplay aspect of the game. Hey, stop shooting me! Bond is bulletproof, apparently. Yeah, let's put your hands up. You can do some kind of stupid dance. I think we needed to, like, stop this VCR from, recording. Keypad decryptor... No, we don't need that. Okay, we need to actually go... Oh yeah, we gotta go crack the safe to get some money or something. Once again, the plot for this, like with GoldenEye, is kind of hard to follow at times. Because they didn't really bother to explain it all that well. Also, this is... One of the great aspects of these early Bond games is the importance of the watch. It's something you can't have today, because like, oh, well, how could all that fit in the watch? He's James Bond, so shut the fuck up, people. You can have a laser in his watch. There's like 5 different watch functions. Okay, let's get out the old swipe card here. I think this is where we're gonna find the money. Now, meanwhile, all this shooting's going on. When we end this level... I can't use that. Come on. Use it, you bastard. I shot the ball. Because why not? Okay, so we've got to... Okay, press... No, I'm just gonna keep wasting my 44 Magnum, and that shit ain't cheap. Okay, we want to decrypt the keypad without shooting it. I have not played the Pathogen expansion. I haven't played Fireteam Elite since I did the stream like 6 months ago. This is totally not suspicious. This is not suspicious that I'm, you know, stealing all the money. I mean, I'm expropriating all the money. Yeah, I could not stand Fireteam Elite. It's just not very good. I mean, I get that it's not the worst game ever. Although I have been trying to play some, okay, some games multiplayer recently, and that's one of the only ones I can get to work, but I still refuse to play. No, go to unarmed. Because I think if you have a gun out... I don't know if Half-Life 1 could have run on the N64. I don't really care because I never was a fan of Half-Life. Wait, what? Oh crap! I think you'll get in trouble. Just punch him. Just punch him. Beat the shit out of him. Oh come on! Really? Ugh. Oh, you gotta escape out the back. Right, now I remember. Dude, you probably shouldn't be reloading your gun in the middle of... Like, how did you even... Oh! I totally meant to do that. I love how the computer just explodes like it has a block of C4 in it. But as you can see, this game is a lot more graphically impressive than GoldenEye. And growing up in the 90s was an interesting experience. Because I went from Wolfenstein 3D to this before I was a teenager. It's just one of those things. Graphics advanced pretty swiftly. Let's go ahead and keep saving, just in case I keep fucking it up. That's the thing I loved about these James Bond games. They're always a bit more complex than just get to exit. One of the great things about gaming at this point is not everything had to be the most epic thing ever of epicness. If there was a James Bond game made today, it would be over-dramatic bullshit, complete with 1 million microtransactions. And it'd be billed as, like, the most super amazing game of all time instead of just a game. Okay, let's see. Let's crack the safe again. And it would have to have some sort of horribly melodramatic plot. Okay, we're not going to go over there, because we know we need to go over here. That's one of the great things. Oh, you can jump in this game. I'm trying to jump around, you asshole! That's one of the great aspects of the old days, because things could just be what they were.
Don't shoot!
Instead of having to be artificially generated. Okay, well, let's go ahead and grab that. Okay, we're gonna save immediately after this. That's the only problem with having a safe deposit box. Usually they're not that safe. And sometimes they, the contents can be thrown away, and then there's other issues where, like, the FBI likes to show up and root through them and not tell anybody about it, so, yeah. Okay, we want to go out the side exit. Now, I was wondering why I haven't done any more James Bond games other than just these two, and why it took me this long. Wait, is there not a side exit? Or maybe... I remember this being pretty easy. Let's see. No, that won't be it. Yeah. Because we use that to use that. Hey, wait, let's see what happens here. Maybe we can just go through the door. No. For some reason, they're immediately aggroed. I have not played the... I have not ever played a Game Boy James Bond game. I knew they existed, but I never played them. I remember just being able to walk out of here. Oh, wait, maybe you gotta, like, shoot the, No, that didn't work. I think you just walk out. And they can't do it. They're just gonna keep shooting me in the back. And I'm just gonna walk out like that. Aha! Totally nonchalant. Totally died of natural causes. There is a way you can get out of there without that happening, but I forget how to do that. Because I've had it where he just walks out nonchalantly despite shooting up the place. Oh, I think like you have to take out the surveillance cameras or something. So, a lot of people hated the Dr. Christmas character. Judi Dench!
James Bond, Sir Robert King.
Ah, the man who retrieved my money. Excellent job. Can't thank you enough.
I mean, that's
Sir
not
Robert is an old friend.
really shady.
I helped him years ago when his daughter Electra was kidnapped by the terrorist Renard. Still, all that's in the past. Sir Robert thought that the report he paid for would identify the terrorists who've attacked his new oil pipeline in Kazakhstan. Then he discovered it was actually about the nuclear arsenals in the former Soviet republics, so he turned it over to me.
Something's not right about all this.
I mean, yeah, it's shady as
The
fuck.
money.
Not the money! It's like half their budget. Yeah, the Dr. Christmas character in this. It's like, for one, why would they name her Christmas anyway? Who thought that was a good idea?
Bond, we're under
I mean,
attack.
Holly
Find Sir
Goodhead,
Robert.
that's one thing, but Christmas? That's a bridge too far.
The door system is damaged. Can you reach the manual override, sir?
The most Scottish man who ever lived. So this was my favorite level as a kid because it was so... Look at that. That's a city on the N64. Oh, he just completely fucked that guy up. And sadly, this is where Bond stopped having his PPK and instead had something a lot more useful. The PPK was awesome. And it's also where they have to change the names of the guns. Because we now have the Deutsch M45 instead of, you know, the UMP.
We need someone with your clearance to activate.
No, like I said, I don't remember anything about the movie. I don't know who these people are. I know who... I vaguely remember the King character. Obviously I know who Judi Dench is, but I don't know who Robinson is. Is it Will Robinson? Has he been wokeified? Actually, they already wokeified him, but whatever. Is it Will Robinson? I don't know who he is. I still vaguely don't even really remember the plot. I know it was really shady. Somebody got shot. The UMP-45. Is Ireland attacking? No, we can't say that. They did this scene in Die Another Day. I have not seen any of the Brosnan James Bond movies in in many, many years. The last one I rewatched was GoldenEye a few months back when I was on vacation. Railing kill. Oh man, did he like just fly up that rope? No, railing kill. I thought he glitched out and was like going up the rope despite dead. And don't you love that 1913 rail with no optic? That's how you know this is the early 2000s. The thing in early red dot sites are pretty crap. They had like really crap battery life. They never held 0. Oh, almost shot that guy. But save.
Reports of a fire in the lobby. The sprinkler
Oh, is it VR?
deactivated manually, sir.
VR in early 2000s.
The automatic security door system is damaged.
Yeah,
Use the
security
manual
door,
override,
whatever.
sir.
But you consider, less than 10 years prior to this game, the best first-person shooter you had. Stop shooting me in the back. The best first-person shooter you had was Wolfenstein 3D. Now, I do remember in the movie that, like, the MI6 attack had, like, what, 1 or 2? Wait, can I get healed?
James.
Stay here, you'll be safe. I have to find King.
I don't know who she's supposed to be, but she did not heal me. Damn it. Is it... The doctors in Half-Life were able to do... I think the doctors in Half-Life did that. I haven't played Half-Life in years. You idiots, don't bunch up like that! Aren't you just people supposed to be highly trained? Highly trained my ass. You know, Bond, you could do some mag retention. Those things aren't cheap. And yeah, it was just the one female, and like she had like a machine gun. The opening to this movie I have seen recently. And the thing I remember the most about it was the awesome boat chase. Where Bond had like this bat boat. That was pretty sweet. I do have to say we definitely lost something when we went to the Daniel Craig era. Because the Daniel Craig era just wasn't as fun as the previous eras because they made Bond too realistic. I mean, obviously, Bond, you don't have to pump the pump every time you load a shell because all you're doing is jacking one out. It's like, seriously, how am I more highly trained than you are? It implies I know how to do that. No. No, that's not the right button. Whatever. I don't wasting more ammo than I need to. Yeah, the Spaz 12. That was still super popular at this point. Yeah, as semi-auto shotguns go, it's not too bad. It's a bit fragile compared to more modern offerings, but I mean, it worked well enough. If I was going to get a semi-auto shotgun, I would just get a Saiga 12 with a 20-round drum.
Here, take this pin. It was the detonator.
007, this is Q. Get to the Q lab.
Q. This was his last movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Waiting outside.
A or B, press Z. Okay. Now, if this had any degree of realism, this would be like the biggest terrorist attack in British history. All to get like some money, I think. No. They want to do a. What was it? They want to like detonate a nuke at like the. They want to detonate a nuke somewhere, like the Suez Canal to like stop oil from flowing. So they have to use King's pipeline. It's a really convoluted plot. Well, I'm getting really hurt. You can also crouch in this game, which was a pretty big deal. And instead of using the shotgun, I'm just going to use the SMG. Now, Bond, have you paid your tax stamp? Oh no, the AFT might come after you. Kind of just running and gunning here. I think you could find a bulletproof vest in one of these rooms. I think. I love those old phones. Okay, we're trying to get to Q branch. Sadly, since this is 2000s vintage, we do not have an epic boat chase. In fact, you just kind of see the boat drive a little bit, but in the movie it was awesome. He even had like a little submarine like mode that he could use. And then, as this was a classic James Bond, he like adjusts his tie afterwards. It's beautiful.
Stop! Stop! It isn't finished!
Hey, that's not Desmond Llewellyn. That's some random guy. Okay. Well, we do not get to have a boat chase. Instead, he just kind of crashes it. I know they don't have tax stamps in England. I'm just making a joke. You couldn't even get an SBR in that country. That boat was really fucking awesome, though. It looks really good here. I forgot how good this looked. Now, this is much more realistic than in the movie, because in the movie, he, like, drives the boat on, like, a street, somehow. Watch me while you were doing math undergrad. Now you're teaching math in high school? My God. I'm old. When did that happen? Now, of course, also in the movie, the terrorists didn't have this giant army that was somehow besieging all of England. Ooh, we're about to get a PTR 91. Or it's probably more realistically a G3, but whatever. I don't think it's on a timer if you're just playing on Agent. It's a SA90. That's really far. That's really off. This is totally a G3. I do like how he uses the paddle release, which is what you want to use and not that bloody button. Now you can accidentally shoot these civilians, so you kind of have to be really careful. Now I don't think they actually shoot the civilians though, if you don't do it fast enough. Well, dude, get a different shirt. Why is there a camera literally glued to your chest? Okay, let me save again. Okay, I do think we need to go in here. That's the problem with playing this in a window. Am I being an idiot? Where the hell? Okay, so it's not in here then. Oh, there it is. Wow. My brain. Nice. I never could do... I just can't... divide my attention between streaming and playing. Never could do it. Favorite new games? Actually, for the first time ever, it seems like there's a shit ton of good games in this year alone. We've got all those remasters, which I'm not going to really count. Then we've got Starfield, RoboCop, Turbo Overkill, and there's one other one that I can't recall at the moment. Yeah, like with the game, the movie is pretty alright. I'm just getting slaughtered. One of the other problems is I usually end up streaming late in the day, so I'm already like half asleep. That's why I don't do it on Fridays anymore. You can actually stun people with this thing. Zap him! What you can do is you do that and just punch him in the face. You can tell your grandkids about it. Alright, let's grab. But yeah, there are a lot of adequate games coming out this year, especially RoboCop. RoboCop's more than adequate.
Now, Bond, we designed the grapple hook in your watch for just this kind of situation. Look for the grapple point in the ceiling above. It will serve as a lodging place for your grapple and will safely support your weight as you climb.
Now this was pretty neat. The fact that you had multiple watch functions. Now in the first game, you could use it as a detonator, Also, we got the laser. We got darts. That's gonna come in handy later. But the fact that you could do that, which is why I immediately missed. The fact that you could do something like that in a game at all was pretty awesome. The fact that this is an N64 game, a console game, capable of handling that, is just kind of crazy. I mean, this is back when this was a AAA game. Oh, shut up, R. Nobody likes you. Actually, that's one of the, pythons or something. It's like, yes, fellow, comedy fans, he's one of the I can't remember his name. I know who it is. Did anyone ever call the people that were in Monty Python's Flying Circus the Pythons? Was that ever something that was done? Or is that done by people who just kind of like pretended to be a fan? Ooh, no, this level's actually pretty difficult if you don't know what you're doing. John Cleese, that's the name. But did anyone ever actually call him a python? I think not. Or if they did, they were just pretending to be fans.
Hold on, sir. This area is sealed off. We have a hostage situation.
I'm with MI6. Let me through.
I'm not going to show you identification, but, you know, my reputation precedes me. It better because I'm a superhero. I mean, Bond is a superhero. I mean, he acts like one. He fights villains like one. I mean, here's the thing. If Bond existed today, who would he be going after? You know, like Catholic nuns or, you know, concerned parents?
The woman you're chasing is in this station. Her gunmen have seized the whole area, and they've got civilians hostage in there. Even worse, we've reports of some kind of bomb. The whole
Some kind of
situation's a
bomb.
mess.
Keep your men at a safe distance. I'll handle this.
Yes, sir. You might need this.
His hand is like a little shovel. I just... where that chick's arm is going, one can only imagine. Now, this has a time limit. This is a very generous time limit when you play it on, like, the easiest difficulty. So, you gotta find that bomb. And if you don't know where to look, you can easily, screw yourself in, like, the first 5 seconds of this level. So you don't want to go that way. Instead, you want to go this way. It's hidden in a bathroom. Like how he doesn't shoot until I look at him. I'm not really looking forward to any more remakes. I mean, the problem with remakes is I've already played the games. I like something new. Something I haven't played a billion times. It's one of the reasons why I'm a big fan of Turbo Overkill. It's a whole new FPS that has really good gameplay and isn't just more of the same. You know, we got our Desert Eagle. Everybody loves those Desert Eagles, but I don't think I'd ever buy one. I mean, they're great and all, but it's the dude with the camera glued to his chest. Now, if we went that other way, we could get... Now, this was pretty sweet back in the day, too. The idea of having a moving train. Ooh, oh, they could eat his dental records for that. RE4 a few months ago. Yeah, because, like, the remake of RE4 is just going to be RE4, right? That's all it's going to be. Alright, let's save. Remake of Wolfenstein 2009. Yeah, that needs to just be re-released. And yeah, post 9/11, it really doesn't fit, because that's back when you could have fun. You know, 9/11 really made terrorism less fun. But it really... 9/11 is one of those things where it used to be terrorists weren't... Oh! Bond became a terrorist. Terrorism used to be less of a dirty word than it is today, because Major Kira in Deep Space Nine was labeled as a terrorist. It was just like... Weirdly enough, though, terrorism at that point is kind of like what it is on Twitter today. Because the psychopaths on Twitter, I mean the wonderful people on Twitter, like, it's like they're freedom fighters, man. I'm like, yes, burning people alive is totally the action of a freedom fighter, but whatever. I don't know if I'd say it was nothing compared to the Rare developed game, but I mean, it's just not quite as good. Now, there is a mouse injector for this game, but I prefer just using the controller. Okay, this is where we can find the bomb. Oh, wait, I think it might be in the other bathroom.
Who's there?
Yeah, it's in the other bathroom. We got plenty of time, though. Okay, let's go. It's all that fog wah he ate. Makes you bulletproof. Actually, let me grab that ammo there. Nope, must be the last one. Yep, there it is. Okay, there's...
Hello, 007. Q asked me to get in touch. You're me?
Okay, we get out the bomb defusal kit. Okay, so... You just kind of got to be careful. If that red bar fills up, it explodes. If this was done today, this would be some sort of crap tier QTE. This was a really clever way of making the gameplay much more complicated than what it would normally be. Oh, we almost blew ourselves up. Oh, crap. No! Haha! With 0 seconds to go. I'm gonna save, so I don't have to do that again. It's beautiful. I should have tried to make it for 007, but whatever. Track thing that happened only overseas. Yeah, pretty much. So, see, True Lies. I can see that a little bit. Yeah, terrorism was one of those things that became much more real after the old 9/11s. One of the things I've mentioned before is how when that event actually happened, I was like 12, I think. And as a fan of aviation, I was quite surprised that such a thing was even possible, because I assumed, like, how could you get a bomber of any description into U.S. airspace without it getting immediately shot down? It's like, well, you come to find out if you use, never mind. Alright, so we jump on that very low poly rope. I just like how in this intro, we go from a boat chase to somebody trying to escape via hot air balloon like it's the 1920s.
I can protect you.
Not from him!
And Bond falls like 40 feet and doesn't even break anything. Like I said, it's all that fog wah. It's not too bad, actually. At the local gas station that I go to, it's got like
The money had been treated to turn
240
into an
something?
explosive, which was triggered by a signal via King's lapel pin. Obviously, someone close to King switched the original for this trigger device, but we don't know who.
There's more. I've worked out that the money Sir Robert paid for the report was exactly the amount Renard asked as ransom for King's daughter, Electra. The whole thing was a setup. Renard wanted me to bring that money back here. He wanted MI6 to deliver a bomb to King. It's a message. Renard is back.
After King asked me for help, I sent 009 to kill Renard. Electra managed to escape before 009 caught up with the target in Syria. He put a bullet in his head, but Renard somehow survived.
somehow Renard has returned.
Will eventually kill him. But until then, he can feel no pain and push himself harder than any normal man. Now King is dead and MI6 is humiliated. He's had his revenge.
Not quite. Renard had 3 enemies in that kidnapping. Sir Robert King, MI6, and the one he hasn't touched. Electra. She must be next on his list.
Electra has taken over the construction of her father's oil pipeline from the Caspian Sea. Find out who switched the lapel pin. If Renard returns, make sure Electra comes to no harm.
Alright, so... yeah, gas prices are kind of interesting. The whole supposed to be a thing for... okay. This Rever would make for a great re-release. Yeah, when it comes to Bond, it's amazing that it even has games at all. It's one of those adult franchises that kids generally didn't care that much about, as far as I know. I mean, I, as a kid, was a fan of Bond because of the games.
We're afraid you may be in danger. Someone in your organization is involved. I'm here to protect you, and find out who is responsible.
My family has relied on MI6 twice. I won't make the same mistake again. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to check the upper survey site. There's snow and ice up there, so I have to do this on skis.
I came prepared for a cold reception.
Da-da-da-da. But yeah, this is back when adult franchises were marketed towards kids, like Bond. He's a hard charging, hard drinking, hard sexing.
Wind's too strong.
I'll jump. What's
That's bad about this game is it's too easy to fill a mission. And yeah, you do have to be very careful when playing this game, because it is very easy to lose.
This isn't a social call. Head for the gully. I'll lead them away. Go! Go!
This is one of those levels that, as a kid, took me forever to actually finish. Now, the level after this is probably where most people started really hating the game. But we gotta get there. So, Bond and skiing. One of the coolest stunts from the 1970s was Bond on some skis, jumping off of a mountain, and then parachuting down with a giant Union Jack on his parachute. That was like the coolest thing anyone had ever seen at that point. You know, this level kind of makes its own political commentary. What with the paragliders. Let's just put it this way. If Twitter existed back then, life would have been much worse in the 90s. But anyway. Give me the KA-57. I mean, it's not like that. What is Putin going to come after you because you used AK? Yeah, he might. You never know. And yeah, it is pushing the N64 bit. It's kind of interesting to look at these consoles. Don't fall off the mountain! Or maybe do fall off the mountain. So I thought you might be able to fall off and die. Now I want to point out, this is a level from the N64. Look at all that we get to legitimately do. Whereas in Call of Duty, what, 4? Or was it 5? Something like that. Ah, crap. I think I already lost the mission. Didn't I do that? Yep. I already failed. If you don't blow those up, and the game does not point that out, you fail the mission. Okay, restart, goddammit. Restart. And yeah, it pretty much is. There's a PS1 version of the game? I didn't know the PS1 could even run something like this. Because the PS1 was a much weaker console than the N64. Because there certainly wasn't anything like Turok on the PlayStation 1. It's like, yeah, the N64 used cartridges, but it was just a... The N64 was remarkably a graphical powerhouse in its day. Because there was no game like Rogue Squadron or Shadows of the Empire. It's more like Tomorrow Never Dies. Yeah, see, I haven't seen Tomorrow Never Dies in a very long time. And these are the only two Bond games I ever played, really. Which is kind of surprising, considering how much I enjoyed these two games and enjoyed the franchise in general. Because I never played From Russia with Love. I played a little bit of it when I emulated it with Dolphin, but I do like the sound effect for the KA-57 here. Get the bulletproof vest! No! Although that rear sight's really fucked up. I mean, how are you supposed to aim with that? Okay, let's save, because I think we're coming up to that first tower. Oh, no. See, it's very easy to mess this up. Because the aiming's still a little... There we go. Aiming's still a little finicky. But this is kind of where the game starts to get a little messed up. I mean, it's just... This isn't a bad level. It's just... You go from traditional first-person shooting... Oh, we got the Meyer bullpup. Now, let's see. Traditional style console with capable hardware. Console a little bit. It's kind of interesting to think that the GameCube sold badly, but now, as the years have worn on, people like it more and more. I'm glad I got my GameCube when I did, because immediately after the Wii came out, GameCubes were effectively worthless. I'm gonna die. Because like with the Rare developed game, you don't get health. So me missing that bulletproof vest, I am screwed. And it's hard to actually get any sort of cover or anything like that. It's hard not to get hit. So it makes sense why this would start pissing people off. Get the bulletproof vest! Aha! We're dying a crap ton of times. Bond, you know, those mags ain't cheap. But yeah, like in COD Modern Warfare 2, all you do is just ride on the back of a snowmobile, and that's it. And then, like, you jump, you get a sick jump, man, and that's it. Whereas this is actually legitimate gameplay. I got a GameCube for like $20 back in 2008. That allowed me to play Resident Evil 4, the real version. I thought the GameCube looked alright. I didn't think it looked too childlike. I mean, it looked like the other, you know, Nintendo consoles. I mean, the Super Nintendo, or the Super Famicom, you know, it was gray and purple. Of course, the N64 is kind of the odd man out because it's just a basic black console. Now, of course, during that generation of consoles, when the GameCube came out, I was an Xbox man through and through. Because if you didn't have a particularly powerful PC, you could play pretty much any PC, well, I say any PC game. Most of the major PC releases of that day were ported to the Xbox original. So you had your Doom 3, Battlefront 1 and 2. You had Halo, of course, but that wasn't a PC game. Oh no, did I not blow up those towers? Did I miss them by accident? Yep, I know I did. Which means I failed that mission. I think I did. Did I? I don't think I would have gotten the cutscene if I failed. So I must have shot him without thinking about it.
It's mine. You're safe now.
I don't really know why I'm really saying that, because there are still some terrorists left alive, but whatever. Okay, Night Watch. This is where... Oh, this really... I'm sure this is where a lot of people hated this game. I know I hated it as a kid. Yeah. And I'll tell you why. This has, in theory, stealth.
Good evening, 007.
But it doesn't.
Electra's villa has a high level of
And I'll explain as we get into it.
Quiet look around and see what Davidov is up to. R is here to tell you about the security system.
Apart from the patrolling guards, you'll need to watch out for the security cameras. They've got motion sensors with a limited range. Each set of cameras is linked to a nearby security office, so your best course of action is probably finding those security centers and disabling their systems.
Be sure to get out of your room without causing suspicion.
Take care to stay in the room, Mr. Bond. I would hate for a guard to shoot you by mistake.
Those must be some really shitty guards then. The question is, like, let's say one did just shoot Bond, like, in the normal course of his duties. Like, let's say Bond just stepped outside for some reason and he got blasted. Would that guard, like, go to jail or what? Seems like we have a two-tiered justice system. But, anyway, let's just move on.
Remember, 007, you need to utilize all of your stealth training to avoid detection while in the villa. Avoid confrontation at all costs.
Okay, well, you don't really have to do that. Now, this looks hard, but it isn't. Now, as a kid, it seemed harder than it really was. Now, you can kill these guys right here. The thing is, they can't hear you. So long as you shut down all of the cameras and you don't alert one or two of the enemies, you're actually pretty good. And you can permanently remove the guards without too much difficulty as well. So let's just burn through here. So, what you want to do is you want to use the darts, and then when they're on the ground, you just punch them in the head till they die. I mean, ensure they die of natural causes. So like this guy right here, he's about to die of natural causes. We zap him, and then we walk over here, and we punch Lenny in the back of the head. And he disappears, and now he's no longer going to be looking for you because he is dead of natural causes. Alright, so let's get the darts back out. Now, if they spot you, it doesn't matter. Because, once again, they can't hear you. And we also have the X-ray goggles. I don't know if this is in the movie or not. Alright, so that guy's over there. And he's gonna walk. We could just be patient and wait for him, but we can zap him. Now this guy heard that gunshot. Actually, no, he didn't hear it. Okay. But notice how they didn't hear the gunshot. I thought that guy might have been alerted, but the other ones wouldn't be. So let's just wait for him to walk over here. Now let's just zap him. I'm not gonna wait. Okay, our objective now is to punch this guy in the head until he's dead of a massive brain hemorrhage. I mean, he died as he lived, laying on the ground. I punched that guy in the dick. I mean, that'd make me want to die. Alright, so, as you can see, it's already pretty easy enough. You just, hit them with those stun darts and punch them when they're on the ground. Okay, let's... I think that's what we want here. Is our floppy disk. But if you didn't know that, or if you just went into this like this was a traditional first-person shooter level, this would get really aggravating really fast. Because we were doing nothing like that until now. Okay, let's just shoot these guys with the can. Oh, yeah! You can't kill them. That's what it was. Okay, so... we're just gonna go ahead and leave those guys alone, because we don't necessarily have to kill them. Now this guy, we will just wound him. Oh, kill that Mr. Burns and wound that... Uh-huh. Call who? Call your chiropractor. Okay, let's shut off our X-ray goggles here. You can actually jump in the pool, although I don't know why you would. And there's not actually anything over here. Oh, this is the Mustang. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I've tried to play that on a few occasions. The only problem is, when I first tried to play it, none of the patches were released yet, and so it crashed all the time, and I just haven't gotten back to it since. It definitely appeals. Okay, this is where it's going to get a little hard. There's that guy. If he spots you, it's an immediate game over. But his line of sight's pretty low, so you don't have to worry too much about him. It's that other guard that's really kind of the hard one. Because he's just going to stand there like an asshole. And he's probably going to turn a corner and immediately spot me. No, he's not. Okay, what we want to do is we want him to go over there. Because remember, his line of sight's low, and I don't think he can hear. I don't think. Okay, so let's just zap that guy. Let's go ahead and save here. Just in case I screw this up. Nope, he spotted me immediately. They spotted me. Alright, so we want him to turn around. Okay, he's faced over there, so I should just be able to shoot him. There we go. Alright, that alerted him a little bit, but he's just gonna move on. Okay, and we just punch Lenny in the back of the head. And immediately hide. Now see, being able to get rid of the bodies makes this a lot easier. Top chat to live chat. Oh, I never even noticed that. There we go. Shows how much I was paying attention. And hello, Turok Fireseed. Okay, so now he can see you through that window. I have gotten spotted there before. Alright, let's tap some phones. I mean, they'd be talking about how they don't like certain books in libraries, and we gotta make sure we know if they don't like those books. Oh, come on. Oh, I think they might make you stand up for this. They can see you through the window. Alright. Now we'll know if they organize a bake sale on Friday or Saturday. Probably the best of the series. Now, Die Another Day. Now that's the crappy one, right? That's the one with Halle Berry and the invisible car. Now that's an actress that I don't think really got that popular, but was pushed pretty heavily. I think Halle Berry, wasn't she like Storm? And she was in a couple of other movies that didn't do that well. Like Die Another Day. Okay, I don't think these doors go anywhere. And I think now she primarily is retired. I think she got like an Academy Award though. But for what, I don't remember. Top 5 movies I'd recommend. See, that's the problem. It's like, I'd end up recommending just movies everyone's already seen. So like, let's see, Commando with Schwarzenegger. If you want a really fun action movie that is utterly ridiculous. Die Hard with a Vengeance, or aka Die Hard 3. Everybody kind of forgets about that one, but it's fucking amazing. Was she in a John Wick movie? I don't remember. And Monster Ball. I vaguely remember the title, but I don't know what the movie would be about. Now, you can also stun these guys. I'll think of the movies in just a second. Okay, let's stun this guy. And they just beat the crap out of him. I mean, ensure he dies of natural causes. Totally natural. I mean, we'd all die if we got punched in the dick. Okay, top 5 movies. Commando, Iron Man, Batman 89. I'm not going to say Star Wars or Aliens or RoboCop because that's all pretty much obvious. Let's see. No, see, Batman 89 is too obvious too. Commando, Iron Man's too obvious. Let's see. Something that's not obvious. Commando, Armageddon. It's 90s cheese but beautiful. Independence Day, also 90s cheese but beautiful as well. The Phantom. Ooh, and what's a fifth one that's kind of... None of these are particularly obscure, but what's a good fifth one? I have to think about that. It's just stuff off the top of my head. Oh yeah, Street Fighter the animated movie. Go for that. It's one of the greatest video game movies of all time, including the sultry Chun-Li scene. Stalingrad 1993. Only watch that if you are not in a depressed mood. Do not watch while depressed, otherwise, yeesh. That is a good movie, but yeah, you're not going to be very happy at the end of it. That was one of those movies I watched while depressed, and yeah, I felt even worse afterwards. Yeah, Armageddon is often considered terrible, but it's just so much fun. And The Phantom is also a fun, kind of a pulp superhero movie. Yeah, Downfall is also kind of depressing too.
Quick, go board.
Oh crap! It's a good thing nobody can hear those gunshots. Okay, we need to get... let's get the darts. Zap. Zap. It's a lot easier than Deus Ex where if you stun one of these people, they literally just kind of run around for like 2 minutes. That would be Stalingrad 1993. God, it's just an emotional... It can make you an emotional wreck. Let's grab... Oh, yeah, we gotta take a picture of that. We have to use a digital camera! Look at it! Miniature digital stills camera with conventional with conventional and low light... God, I can't talk. A digital camera! Oh my god! That's like futuristic technology! Oh man, those early digital cameras were kind of... They're not terrible, but they're not that great either. Come and see I have not seen. I played a little bit of Cyberpunk 2077, but didn't actually like it. It just wasn't really a game for me. I didn't really like the setting, didn't really like the story. When it comes to Cyberpunk, I like that RoboCop game. Because that's pretty much a Cyberpunk thing, except the character is legitimately heroic. I have not seen Falling Down. You'd think I would have, but I never have. And we're just gonna zap him. Punch him in the dick. Punch him in the dick. Dude, if you keep shooting me, I'm just gonna punch you in the dick. And my prophecy came to fruition as he died from a dick punch. Now, I had a playthrough once where I forgot to photograph all the evidence and missed one of the phones and had to go all the way back. Indeed. Yeah, Total Recall is also a good movie to watch if you haven't seen it. It's one of Schwarzenegger's best. See, like, for me, Total Recall is a great science fiction film, whereas something like Commando is just... That is a movie designed for Arnold Schwarzenegger at his peak. It is just such a fun, ridiculous action movie. My favorite scene in Commando is where Schwarzenegger's daughter gets kidnapped, and like the kidnapper's all like, "You gotta cooperate with us, right?" And then Schwarzenegger comes back wrong, and then shoots him in the head. I did not see that coming, like, at all. And it's like, I figured he'd be like, "Oh, all right, I'll work with you." No, he just shoots him in the head. Okay, let's see. I saw that on TV. I'd never heard of Commando before, and just watching that one scene on TV, it's like, what the hell is this? It's the greatest thing ever. And like the villain in that is a guy that looks a bit like Freddie Mercury, and he wears a chainmail vest. Okay, we want to hide behind one of these trees. Okay, where is... Now, not having seen the movie in many years, I don't know who Davidov is. I have no idea who he is, or why he's important to the plot. Actually, wait, can I immediately get to the back of his car? Yeah, we can. We don't have to wait for him to walk over here. That doesn't know how to play. I do not know who the Seattle Mariners are, to be honest. And Catwoman. Yeesh. Now that was a movie. Now, how tall is Pierce Brosnan? You'd think he'd be a 6-footer, and I don't know if I'd want to be 6 foot and try to be in the back of a trunk of a car that small. Yeah, who Davidov is, I have no idea. Alright, so this level is pretty bloody impressive. Like, more impressive than anything we've seen before. 6'3". Yeesh. I'd hate to have to try to fit in the back of a hatchback. I'm only 5'9", and I'm very happy I'm this short. The taller you get, the harder it is. Dream car. That's an easy answer. My dream car is a DeLorean painted black with the Batman decals on the hood and both of the doors. To me, like, the Batlorian is like, would be the greatest car of all time. Not sure I'd want to pay the price to get such a thing, but if I had unlimited money, I would get that. And I don't care if the DeLorean is a crappy car, or if it only goes like 80 miles an hour or whatever, or if it's unreliable. Oh yeah, these radios will explode.
Sound the alarm.
Crap. Shoot him in the back. Man, he can take a lot of hits. You shot me right in the eye. I've been badly burned. Austin Powers. Okay, give me a real gun, thank you. It's the MP5. No, it's the Deutsch M93. I never was a big fan of the Corvette or the... Now, the Dodge Viper, if I had to get, like, a sports car of some description, and I had unlimited money, the Dodge Viper would be up there. But the big problem with, like, a Dodge Viper or something like that is the sheer amount of maintenance you'd have to do to keep that thing running. Shoot him! Shoot him! We're using stealth. If you kill all the witnesses, nobody knows to raise the alarm. A Bond game by... I didn't even know there was going to be an upcoming Bond game. Fake nuclear physicist. That was to help extract the plutonium with Renard in Kazakhstan. Okay. The game doesn't explain who he is, and I don't remember who he is. The Deutsch M95? Is that like a Dutch M95? I watch a really nerdy podcast called the Milsert Podcast, and they constantly go on about Dutch M95 Mannlicher rifles. I think it's mainly just for a meme. A very specific meme for a very specific set of nerds. Which I'm one of. Shoot him with the crossbow! Can I go medieval on their asses? We got a headshot with that. Renard could be taken care of with these, probably. Honestly, I think Davidov existed for one line, and that was Davidov had to catch a bullet instead of a plane. And that was it. Because that's a cool line. But for most of us, it's like, who's Davidov again?
Quickly, sound the alarm.
Don't sound the alarm. Ah, the MP5. I'd love to get one of those, but not enough to pay for it. Exactly. I'm gonna walk into a tree while I read the chat. I mean, Davidov does sound kind of cool. It is distinct. There's some movie characters that exist only because they have cool names or because they have a specific look about them. I mean, look at the size of this area, though. Remember, this is the N64. And yeah, RetroArch is giving it a little bit of help. But holy crap, this is something you'd expect to see from, like, an early PS2 game, not the N64. Nintendo did wonders with that thing. It deserved the name Ultra 64. Okay, we're gonna try to snipe this guy with a 9mm subgun. I mean, that's exactly what you'd want to use, right? Ooh, railing kill. I like how he has to run to the railing, because at least he wants his death to be somewhat... Oh yeah, we got the rifle. We got a bolt-action rifle. This is the first time I ever used a bolt-action rifle in any video game, and unfortunately, it's mirrored. I hate it when they do that, because, like, wait, is this for lefties? Is Bond a lefty? I mean left-handed, not political. Okay, let's... Ooh, shot him in the dick. There's like a 300 Win Mag here, so he would not have anything left. He'd have to have, like, a robotic dick. I assume such things exist, or, like, Can you get like a dick transplant? The world wonders. I really love the reloading animation on this, but it doesn't work because, like, wait, there's already a bullet in the barrel, Bond. You're gonna blow up your gun, and this is probably a super expensive rifle too. So yeah, he's not really loading it quite right, but the idea that you could actually have a bolt-action rifle and it be somewhat realistic was pretty cool back in these days. Alright, and we'll snipe him with that. Now, Bond, did you get your tax stamp for your suppressor? Uh-oh, the AFT might be your real enemy. Alright, let's try to... missed. High left, high right, no. Come on, Bond, you're not even trying. Enemy neutralized. And yeah, the N64 really was the best at that. Far superior to the primitive PlayStation 1. The console war never ends. When I finally get to my gaming for 30 years of gaming video, I'm going to mention that the N64 is my favorite console of all time, with the Xbox original and Xbox 360 being the runners-up. I used to say the Super Nintendo was my favorite console, but I just never played that many games on the Super Nintendo. When I had my Super Nintendo, I primarily played just two, and that was Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario All-Stars. I am aware that there is a Half-Life documentary. I just don't care enough about Half-Life to watch it. I was never a fan of Half-Life. I played all the Half-Life games in co-op, because I had a friend at one point who was a massive Half-Life fan who was like, come on, John, we gotta play the Half-Life's co-op, you'll love it. It's like, I enjoyed playing it with the friend, but I didn't enjoy, would never have enjoyed the games on their own.
Don't hurt me. Who are you?
Bond. James Bond.
You can't tell him your name, Bond!
Okay, Flight 711, you're cleared for
Gonna be like
immediate
Spy-Man or something.
Roger that, Control. We'll begin our landing at once. Over and out.
Yeah, 100 rounds in the chamber. Okay, so I think we have... I did this when I recorded the footage, too, because I think you can see the plane land. Yep, there it is. Now, why exactly that is a C-130. Why exactly the Russians have a C-130, I'm not entirely sure, but whatever. Or how apparently an AR-15 weighs as much as 2 moving boxes. That's a pretty light AR. Let's see. I think we need... get the control tag. This transponder code. It will tolerate no more failure. Oh, they didn't even use that plane in the film. Okay, let's just go unarmed. I don't think it'll matter, but... I mean, look at that plane model, though. Even though it's a C-130, that looks pretty awesome. And remember... Welcome aboard, comrade. N64, stock N64, actually. I don't think you even needed the expansion pack for this. Alright, so this next level is very much next gen, but not for the reasons you might think. This is where I stopped back in the I think in 2000, I think 2000 is when this game came out. So back then I never got off this level because I had no idea what to do, and for some reason I never looked up a walkthrough, and sadly this never did get a PC release. For some reason I never looked up a walkthrough for this game, even though I looked up walkthroughs for the Turok games. It just never occurred to me for some reason. And it's a very easy level to complete if you know what to do, but remember, the idea of context-sensitive button presses was something that was completely unheard of at this time.
arouse suspicion.
So, when I was getting footage for this a few months ago...
Welcome to Kazakhstan, Dr. Arko. It isn't often we see someone of your stature here.
I'm just gonna leave the papers
I know
out.
where the work takes me.
Oh, by the way, you have the transport documents? Look for our IDA physicist. She'll tell you where you want to go.
So I was still trying to remember the controls, and I accidentally just walked up to her and punched her right in the face. I'm just gonna keep the documents out.
For a reason? Who are you?
Arkov. Mikhail Arkov.
Bond, your Russian does not sound that great.
Dr. Jones. Christmas Jones. Papers, please.
Papers,
Okay,
please.
take the elevator. Your friends are already down there.
I accidentally punched her right in the face. It's sad that this never got a PC release, because more people will be able to play it, because not everybody wants to do emulation. You gotta love how she's dressed sexy at a nuclear research site or whatever the hell we are.
Your English is very good for a Russian.
I studied at Oxford.
The bomb's up ahead. I'll catch up to you. I want to check something.
That's not suspicious at all. Get out of my way. You know, for the early 2000s, that's a nice... I mean, never mind. Bill Gates, oh news! Yeah, I know Denise Richards was not liked for this movie, although I can't say why. I don't remember her being that terrible. Okay, here we go. Get out of my way. Was she ever in anything after this? Like Laura Croft. I can kind of see it.
What are you doing here?
Sorry to disturb you.
I'm just gonna have him hold out the transfer documents. Why not?
I'm sorry, I'm very busy.
Oh, I'm sure you're busy. Busy enough to catch a bullet.
Expecting Davidoff, he caught a bullet instead of a plane.
You can't kill me. I'm already dead.
Not
He's a
several
zombie!
months
Shoot
ago.
him!
I should be grateful. You delivered the money, you killed King, and now you brought me the plane.
That bomb will never leave this place.
Neither will
Bond,
you.
your thumb is facing through your
There's
gun.
no point in living if you can't feel alive.
Really?
Drop the gun! Now! There are too many new faces around here. Everyone to the surface.
The P90?
You're an imposter. Dr. Arkov is 63 years old. Who
I
are you?
aged really well.
Those men are the imposters. They're stealing the bomb.
Funny part is, Pierce Brosnan has aged remarkably well, so... I bet Pierce Brosnan is older than 63 now. Okay, so we gotta get out of here. I can't just keep showing people my papers. Go, and we jump. And we get a P90. I've always wanted one of those, but... Now wait a minute, do I get to shoot that? No, okay, the Russians are not shooting me because I'm not, you know, random terrorist. Where's my P90? Acting was fairly stiff. I had much of a career. So, one of the problems here is, run him down! Should use auto aim. I say that, I'm gonna try to actually aim. There we go. He's behind a cart, we can't stop him now! Alright, let's see, where... Did one of you drop me a P90? You bastards. Oh, wait, there it is. That looks mostly like a P90. Mostly. It's like one of the great video game guns of all time. But sadly, in real life, it's just not that great. I did not know that 5.7 ammunition was this old. No one voted for Denise.
No hard feelings, Mr. Bond. We're even. Soon you'll feel nothing at all.
Nothing at all. So, if you were a kid in the 90s or early 2000s, or whenever the hell this game came out, you would have no idea what to do. No idea. That you're just supposed to walk over here and, I guess I still don't know. Because you're supposed to grab onto this. Oh, wait, maybe I have to, like... No, that didn't work either. Huh. Am I gonna have that problem where I don't know what to do again? Or not. Oh, wait a minute. No. We didn't actually trigger the cutscene yet. Okay. But you're supposed to grab onto that, and I had no idea. The watch grapple? Okay.
No hard feelings, Mr. Bond. We're even. Soon you'll feel nothing at all.
But how would you ever know that back in the day? The game never told you to do that. And no other game at the time really required you to do that either. Nope, that didn't do it. Damn it. I know you have to grab onto that.
No hard feelings, Mr. Bond. We're even. Soon you'll feel nothing.
Okay, let's save immediately after the bomb goes off. Oh, you had to use jump. Okay. Let's find out. Yep. Now, how would you know that? How would anybody figure that out? I always try to jump over that bloody thing, but it never worked. And that's where I stopped until the mid-2000s. Watch the movie. But that's a movie. It doesn't really tell you much. Okay, so I can't reuse that one. Very wasteful, Mr. Bond. Very wasteful. As the game can't remember that. But the idea of a context-sensitive button press was just something that it simply wasn't done in those days. Okay, and jump. P90. That's not a P90, but that is. Wow, that guy's face is that was something, all right. Okay, I don't know if that's actually if that leads to where we want to go. Nope. Either that or the PS1 version. I still can't believe there's a PS1 version of this game. It's kind of crazy to think how old that P90 actually is. But then again, AR-15, still in use today. Been around since the 60s. Aiming still can be a little better in this game. A little better. It's just not that easy to get shoot at distant targets. I think some of the barrels are, but like that one right there. But I never can actually hit them. Now I don't think Die Another Day got a game, or pretty much any of the other latter-day Bonds. Actually, no, they did. Now that I think of it, there's one for Quantum of Solace, which, if I'm not mistaken, is sort of a game adaptation of both Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace. Just charge it and blast him. I like how there's one Russian troop still alive. Get the elevator pod, go! Oh, what do I do?
So you're a British spy. Do you have a name?
The name's Bond. James Bond.
Huh. I've not played 007 Legends either.
I have a present for you. Something that belonged to my father. He would have wanted you to have. He often spoke of how compassionately you advised him during my kidnapping.
His lapel pin. But
It's very valuable, you know. I just couldn't let it explode with the rest of him. Take her to the helicopter.
I don't know why she's trying to kidnap him. That literally makes no sense. Oh yeah, this is where we get to see Valentin Dmitrovich Zukovsky. Sadly, he dies in this movie.
Robinson, tell M that Renard has escaped with a nuclear
Now, this was
warhead.
a pretty neat scene in the movie from what I vaguely recall, where these helicopters had these giant chainsaws, which apparently are real.
Must have been in league with Renard ever since she was kidnapped.
It looks that way. What is your current situation?
I've overlooked one critical element. Beluga caviar.
You know, Bond, you said that just because it sounded cool. Yeah, but why was she there? Why would M have been there in the first place? It doesn't make any sense for somebody that highly placed, but then, whatever, it's a movie. That's the problem when you have these highly compressed adaptations and you haven't seen the movie since 2001. You probably don't want to lock your door with the padlock.
Sit over there and look happy to see him.
Oh my god, she looks like a, never mind.
I must call security and congratulate them. Can't you just say hello, like any normal person?
Hello, Valentin. I need to know about Renard.
I'm afraid I cannot help you. Renard is too dangerous to cross, even for the sake of our old friendship. He would kill me, even if he found out you were here talking to me.
I think Renard is working with Electra King. They've stolen a nuclear warhead and kidnapped M.
Helicopters and mercenaries! Lots of them coming this way!
I see that I have no choice in the matter then. I will make you a deal. Keep those slugs outside away from me, and I'll give you everything I have on Renard and Electra. My records are stored on a computer in the office of the fishery further out from the shore.
So Bond is supposed to be, well, I almost shot that guy. Does he have anything I can steal? Bond is supposed to be smart, but I can't help but picture Bond like, the files are in the computer, and he picks up the computer, just chucks it at Valentin. That'd be hilarious. All right, let's save. This is not a particularly hard level, and especially after that kind of stealth one. Actually, I went the wrong way. But it's a very long level. It's pretty impressive. Once again, for the N64. I think we actually jump down here. And by jump down there, I mean just kind of like hop ineffectually. There it is. Yeah. M was originally a guy. Actually, several guys. When it comes to Bond, it never had a very strong continuity until kind of recently. But even then, the continuity was always kind of loose. It was sort of like the comics of the day, where comics would share a broad continuity with each other. It wasn't really until the Bronze Age that real strict continuity would come to play. That's one thing I was thinking about, like, did anyone ever actually read every issue of a comic series? Because, like, if you were into X-Men, like, say, like I am, I'm a big fan of Uncanny X-Men. That ties into so much different crap, and it's, how would you ever read that back in the day, even if it was 10 cents? The same way with a lot of those classic TV shows. Sitting down for 8 episodes of something, that's easy to do, but, like, the original Power Rangers was something along the lines of 60 episodes. I don't remember watching nearly that many when I was a kid. I don't think I ever had the time. Oh, there it is. Now, remarkably, this is the only Bond game that I've played multiplayer. I have legitimately played The World Is Not Enough multiplayer with somebody in real life. On the original N64, no less. It was about 15 years ago, and I played it once. It was actually remarkably fun as well. I mean, I don't think it's quite as good as GoldenEye, but they did a good job on this. They zoom in the FOV a bit to, I think, save on system resources. Where are y'all just staring at a wall? Okay, I think I probably got max 9mm ammo. Yeah, it'd be nice if I had that in real life. Be nice if there wasn't yet another ammo panic. Thank you very much. Alright, so we're gonna finish up this level and the one after it, then we'll call it a day. Really? Really? You bastard. You took out all that health. Oh yeah, they got grenade launchers in this. Okay, let's... Good thing I saved there. I didn't remember saving here. Yeah, this is where they start to get grenade launchers. And there's also a helicopter boss. That's making that a really, really old trope. Oh, no, you don't. I saw you. The GL40? I'm not 40 yet. Yeesh. The bloop tube. That's actually a pretty nice looking bloop tube. And you can fire off that grenade, and I thought it didn't kill him, because I thought you had to directly hit him. Grenade launchers in games and movies are never quite as powerful as they are in real life. They're always fired way too close. But once again, it's a movie. You kind of just have to let it go. Or a game. See, I'm not one of those people that's really, overly... There he is. He had really good camouflage. That black balaclava, I mean, that just blended right into that brown wood. I mean, there's no way I could have spotted him. There's no way. There's no way. But I'm not too bad about mocking movies for having some flaws in them like that. It's like, sometimes you have to ignore reality in order to have the story be good. It's like, why do the Jedi have swords? Because it's fucking cool. Just let it go, people. Why did Bond have a laser in his watch? Because, would you rather him not have a laser in his watch? And if you don't want Bond to have a laser in his watch, you really need to rethink your life. You bastard. Okay, let's... This is not exactly a long-range gun here, but whatever. Self-replication bullets. One of my, old fanfics, I came up with an idea of, like, having a pulse rifle with replicating magazines. You don't ever have to reload it. I did not realize that, if you had something like that, the barrel would melt, but whatever. I was, like, 15 when I came up with that. It's one thing movies don't get quite right as well as, like, barrel heat. Oh, I think he's got a rocket launcher. A rocket launcher. Okay. You shoot him in the foot. Shoot him in the dick. No, we don't want to shoot him in the dick. That'd just be wrong. I almost got hit by that rocket. Okay, let's just hide. Hide me. Alright. It's a problem with the distance fog here. And you're going to need that rocket. Because when you go up against that helicopter definitely needs a lot of save states. Now, you don't actually have to fight the giant chainsaws, though. He's right behind me, isn't he? No, he's not. Where the hell is he? Oh, yeah, they're on a second level. Now I remember. Okay, let's just sneak over here. Who did that guy piss off to just get a pistol? It's It's like, okay, you're gonna have a grenade launcher, you're gonna have a rifle. Bob, all you get is a 9mm pistol. It's like, what did I do to deserve this? Okay, we're going back to 9mm pistol 2, because I'm starting to run low on ammo. Like in real life. That's why I just used auto aim, because I like how his own guys ended up killing him for me. Not having seen Die Another Day, I don't really know why people hate it so much. I mean, the invisible car probably didn't help, but I don't even know what the plot of Die Another Day even is. I mean, Halle Berry's acting couldn't have been that bad. Just zap him. Punch him in the face! Punch him in the dick! Alright, fuck it, just get... And this looks a lot better than the slapper from GoldenEye. Punch him. Screw it, just punch him. Beat the shit out of him. Never really pegged Bond as a martial artist, but hey, it works. The files are in the computer! The file... No, Bond, don't throw the computer. Don't throw the computer, Bond. Don't do it. Ooh, the covert modem. Oh my god, we got like 256 megabytes per... No, wait. Kilobytes per second. Actually, in 2000, 256 kilobytes per second would have been blisteringly fast. Let's go. Why were you pointing your gun at a wall? What do you think Bond was gonna like shift through the wall like the Martian Manhunter? Let's see, where was that? Day. The only thing I didn't like about the concept of 007 Legends is everything was turned into, well, Daniel Craig. It's like, do we need Bond to be Craigified? That just seemed kind of disrespectful to the earlier Bonds, but it makes sense because they would have been unable to get the likeness rights of all the different Bond actors. I don't know if there's going to be a good new Bond with everything so politicized. If they cast a problematic actor, would that movie just get slammed by Twitter and TikTok and all the rest? Because in many respects, is not Bond a problematic kind of character? I'm a straight white male and all that. This is a really impressive level here too. The idea that you got these giant chainsaw helicopters flying around. That is a level of scripting that you don't normally see, that you didn't normally see in a game like this, and of this vintage. Holy crap! Watch out! If you were to $1 million, holy crap! You bastard! Yeah, let's go ahead and not get hit by the helicopter. But this is just such a neat concept. Now, what you'll notice, despite all the technical achievements of this game, the music isn't very good. It's pretty much just the same track over and over again. If the track that's playing now is just the game's battle track, whereas the Rare developed game had a much more diverse soundtrack. But that's really one of the sad aspects of modern day cinema is I guarantee you the next Bond will probably be female. That's just something that's likely to happen because it's like, well, why can't there be a female Bond? Like, just they create a female character that's like James Bond. if you got a charismatic enough actress, you could do it. But no, we can't have good things anymore. $1 million, that's just ridiculous. No! Hide me in the caviar. Yeah, that Dune soundtrack was pretty great. Almost shot that guy again. It's a good thing all these guys have the same uniform on. It'd be kind of hard to find. Totally Spies. You know, I hate to say it, but I do remember that. I never watched it, but the it was from the latter days of the Cartoon Network where you had stuff like that. But that was more of a comedy, though, I think, right? Like, there's these 3 Valley girls that were spies. Honestly, doesn't sound nearly as bad as, say, you know, like My Little Pony, but it still sounds about as annoying. But I will admit, I haven't seen it, so maybe it's better than I think. Okay, so we got the helicopter, the almighty helicopter. It's a good thing it can't shoot through corrugated sheet metal, otherwise we'd be screwed. Okay, now I know those barrels were not flammable. I know My Little Pony's still going strong, but I've seen some scenes from that. It looks like the most annoying crap ever. Never was a fan of cutesy sort of things. And I'm not like, you know, somebody who's into really hardcore violence, but it's like talking ponies that are pink and purple and get out of here with your cutesy crap. 50 caliber start. Hey, you know, I mean, it could happen. There's an AK-50 coming out. Maybe. If Brandon will ever get it done. The good Brandon. Now, realistically, you could theoretically shoot through the glass of a non-military helicopter. Now, see, Bond here is fully ATF compliant. He does not have a stock on this short-barreled rifle because he didn't get his tax stamp. I'll take that rocket launcher. We gotta get it before we can... Really? Fuck you, helicopter. See, we couldn't use the rocket launcher until we got every single warhead stamped as a destructive device. Let's say if we had a street sweeper, we could take it down easy, because that's also a destructive device, apparently. Where's that helicopter? I love the sound effect that makes, though. Alright, let's grab... Okay, we got... How many rockets do we have? 1. It's a seesaw. So I do recommend a YouTube channel called Red Cow Entertainment. It just popped into my head. Normally, I'm not a big fan of slice of life YouTube channels, but Red Cow Entertainment somehow makes a family of people going to thrift shops look remotely entertaining. I don't know how, but they somehow managed to do so. I guess because like the main guy that's filming it is very snarky. Red Cow Entertainment also has a sister YouTube channel called Red Cow Arcade. And Red Cow Arcade got very famous for making fun of James Rolfe, aka the Angry Video Game Nerd, because the AVGN sold out a long time ago to a company called Screenwave, and apparently it's been putting out some bad content. I mean, for me, the AVGN has not really been that relevant to me since like 2015, so it's just kind of funny to see people making YouTube videos about other YouTubers. Recently, there's been a lot of, shall we say, farming being done when it comes to a YouTube guy called, I think Boogie274 or something. He put out some kind of documentary that got popular about his life. That's a pretty nice racket. It's like, you're famous for being alive. I'd like to be famous for being alive. Now, this is a little hard to control, but it's kind of neat nonetheless. Like, this is very impressive, especially for the day and age when this game came out. Where's my rest of my rockets? Do I not have any more? Oh, there it is. Must have used a different rocket launcher. So this boss fight could be better, but it's not too bad. The problem is, in order to aim, you kind of have to stop, plant your feet, bring up the reticle, and then fire. The idea of having this sort of picture-in-picture sort of thing is pretty neat, but you can end up accidentally wasting your rockets. It's just one of those things where the controls could be better with a actually, wait, I wonder if we can do that. If we can stay under cover and control this rocket. Nope, that didn't work. I want to try this though. I'm curious if I can do this. Okay, let's fire that into the air like so. Oh god, that's... The controls... Trying to control that rocket is really hard. Because you're just kind of flying around. Let's see if we can do that a little better this time. No. That's a problem with emulation, is the controls on the N64 don't emulate quite right. Oh god, it's a prostitute. Oh. I don't know what Boogie looks like. I never knew who that even was. I've just seen the thumbnails of like the name, but I assume he's very unpleasant looking then. Train's back in. Rumblings about some documentary. I still don't know why he's popular though. Because I've never... I just hear the name, but I don't think he's... Come on, get it! Okay, so I guess the rocket ran out of fuel. Oh, one of those. Okay. But how big is big, though? See, this would be a much better boss fight if the controls were a little tighter and a little smoother. Oh my, but yeah, it'd be a much better boss fight for that. Because you really do just kind of have to stand here and get wailed on by this helicopter. Or at least for me, I do. Because I've always questioned the intelligence of ever hiring a lady of the night. Because you never know where those people have been. Alright, now we got him. It's very easy to miss that helicopter. It took me forever. His personally, a lack of moral compass is far uglier than his appearance, his notoriety. Quincy had everything going for him and he just pissed it away. Really big. And yeah, there was a 007 racing game, which I never played, but I was aware of. I believe they got John Cleese for that. Damn it. I'm gonna take that thing down. It will die. At least the pilot will. Damn it. And yes, it is. I just like... How... My thing is this. If free prawn exists, why would you ever want to engage in intimate activities with someone who has been used quite a bit? The village bicycle, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot imagine how hard this has to be on hard. Come on, I'm painting the target. It's where it needs just a little more auto aim, I think. Because since this is a controller, if this had just a little more auto aim, it doesn't have to be too bad, but still. There's a little picture window here, just, there we go. That was easy enough. Any of the Gears of War games? I played the first one. I have played the first one, but none of the others. The big problem with Gears of War 1 was the enemies were just way too bullet spongy. It took like 50 shots just to take down one grub. I like the idea of the Gears of War franchise just because it is an over-the-top super action sort of thing. Oh yeah, I probably should save, shouldn't I? So I guess that Boogie guy was just one of those people that got famous for just being at the right place at the right time. I remember this from the movie.
I sometimes get hold of Russian machinery for Electra King. She's paying me $1 million for a special job. My nephew Nikolai is smuggling some equipment to Istanbul for her. Electra has tried to kill me already, so Nikolai may be in danger. This is my business now too, Mr. Bond.
Caviar. Fish eggs. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm General Lotz. I hope everybody enjoyed this week's live stream. I really enjoyed coming back to this game. There's going to be a review of this at some point next year. I think sometime around April or... yeah, I think March or April. I'm going to have a review out for this game. But until then, I'm General Lotz, wishing you good Agent Under Fire and good Quantum of Solace, or whatever makes you happy. Alright. Hour 47. It's pretty good.